be a lot of people in large hurt if they're not able to afford the rent, especially the back rent. This $1.1 million may go so far, but I'll tell you, I'm prepared to see maybe $2 to $3 billion. I know you're sitting on like $100 million running surplus and close to jail, so you got plenty of money. So you should be able to handle this moratorium impact. On page 5, 868 and 869, you're increasing the spending for buying food from Village Supermarket in Gargiulo, and you mentioned 12 million pounds being handed out, and that's a lot. And this is what we're facing, that our county has been, and yet we just agreed to give all these large raises. To tell you the truth, I mean, you guys are tone deaf to really what's out here. I mean, you sit there and you argue, that was nice, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't good. You're doing it wrong. I suggested some items. Page 5, number 870. Yeah, that's the UC Marine. That's the ship that you're selling to another town, and hopefully this closes the chapter on the farce that we call the Union County Navy, that it shouldn't have been. That was plenty other entities that watch our waterways and our shorelines. I couldn't believe that you did. But anyway, 882, page 6. Resolution approving constitutional officer's salary. That's it, we just got done with the upper management salary. I'd like to hear what this is. Please explain what the officer's salary, constitutional officers, and what they're getting, and their raises also. 886 is a lease agreement for Cornerstone for $4.8 million. I'd like to know what the breakdown of that is for the $4.8 million, the services that we are receiving. Page 9, 906 to 909, it's more election expenditures.
I'm sorry, I missed the last number. What was you saying? What number was it?
I'll tell you, you guys moved numbers around the last 24 hours. But anyway, it is 896.
896.
Right. 906 and 909 is expenditures of $3 million, more expenditures for the election. This is an interesting one because you're including 2022 and 2023. And to tell you the truth, it should be broken down as to what is 2022 expenditures and what will be 2023 expenditures. Only because I asked that question, because the private entities can suck up all of this money for 2022, and then you're also becoming the taxpayers hat in hand asking for monies for 2023. So somewhere there has to be a demarcation between those 2 years, so we don't see this money flying out the window. Page 11, 917. Increasing the pool of money up to $190,000 for educational reimbursement. That, unfortunately, I was walking back and I missed what there was a question on that. But anyway, I got an issue because Finance Director Vivian Taylor, in my opinion, fraudulently using a lot of that money for non-essential education that has nothing to do with her finance. Page 12, this is 930. There's housing vouchers. Only $400,000. I'll tell you right now, be prepared. You really should be spending a lot more money. Page 13, 931. $50,000 expenditures. It sounds vague. I need clarification on that. Page 13, 932. We're paying Elizabeth lawyers for some reason for this complex, this Union County Administration complex, boondoggle that's falling apart. Elizabeth took it on himself to secretly designate the property as a redevelopment for the county and to pay for studies. So Elizabeth should be taking on that liability, whatever it is. We shouldn't be paying, they should be paying. They started this whole thing. Page 13, 934 to 935, it's finalizing bargaining unit agreements. Could you please,
Mr. Paddock, you're out of time.
Okay, just give overview of salaries and benefits for that. Thank you very much for allowing me.
The salary and benefits for what?
934 and 935.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Let's start with Director Anderson. We can talk about 863 and 868 and I think 896. don't know if that was more of a comment about that not being enough or being enough money for the homeless.
It was common.
Just a comment.
All right,
I think the only question was really 896.
okay, go ahead and answer that, Director.
Sure. So the rent breakdown for Cornerstone includes the taxes, utilities, property insurance, as well as more of the operational services such as dietary, housekeeping, etc. And it is a 2% increase year after year.
Okay, very good. I'll mention that the constitutional increases were 2%. County Manager, can you handle the rest?
Sure, 934, 935 is 2%. For 932, the only issue with the city of Elizabeth is that the government complex is located in there. It has nothing to do with the city or litigation with the city, involving the city or anything else with the city.
Okay, thank you, County Manager. County Council, anything on 931 or 932?
Thank you, Chairman. 931, just to clarify, these are litigation expenses, court reporters, expert witnesses. We've had a fairly normal amount of litigation this year, but our ancillary costs are up just a little. So this is just to cover the last couple bills that we have for the year. 932, I think the county manager answered. This is litigation having nothing to do with the city. It's the county defending our right to build those buildings.
Okay, all right, very good. Anyone else wishing to speak, please come forward.
Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to, just a point of information. I believe the comment was the designation was done by the city of Elizabeth in secret. That's a public designation designated by the governing body through a public and open process. Just to be clear.
I'm glad you pointed that out, that's true.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yeah, John Berry, kind of work the more housekeeping. Is this being recorded, or how is this going to be put up on the website? Is it that camera, or? It's being recorded, yes. Hasn't been moved? Ever?
It's being recorded, it's right there.
So that is that camera over there now? And
It's being recorded, yes.
When is this going to appear, or how? Or you're not going to do any more Zooms, I guess?
We're not anticipating any more Zooms at this point unless the pandemic brings us back to that point. This meeting will be distributed like every other meeting is.
I forgot.
To the individual towns, and they're responsible for airing it on their public site.
Chairman, if I may add as well, our Public Information Office and works with the videographer that's here tonight, who's employed by the county. And typically it takes, certainly within the week, depending how long it takes to splice it and edit it as appropriate, we'll have it on our website as soon as possible. So probably within 3 business working days, I would imagine it'd be up and running.
Okay, very good, thank you.